Hey, I'm in. Right, just give me a few seconds, guys, to set things up, as I have switched my streaming software again back to what I used to have it as. But because I had a reset of Windows, I've had to reset everything up, and yeah, it was a bit more difficult than I expected. So just let me get the game up, get running. Now, I have been busy off stream playing this game, and I know I said I'd just make money, but so we had something to do in stream, but I can't help myself. So I have expanded a bit, so we'll go into what I've done. I do have bustimes.org up on the other screen, so we can have a look through and set up some more routes, and we should be fine from there. So, let's see what we can get done today. We still have a hell of a lot of the B network to complete within Manchester. And hopefully the game doesn't get too chaotic that it gets to a point where it shits itself, and that ends that. So, just loading up the game right now. And then once we're loaded, we'll switch in. And I'll get the lowdown. I need to sort the flipping arm out. This chair. I'm going to switch in now because we are nearly there, and hopefully the game doesn't shit itself. Back over to Chrome. I need to get rid of that. There we go. Like I say, a lot of this is ensuring the game at no point shits itself. Although obviously the game is designed to be able to do massive maps. But on this level, not too sure. So, yeah. I might need to turn down one microphone or the other. I'm not too sure what can be heard. And I don't have any key to what is actually being done. So, right. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Get rid of that. Right. So, as you see, we start the game off this time with 45,000 on a Tuesday. We're about, I think, a week on from where I left you on the stream. You see, we've got a lot more electric bays. The magic buses are taking over. These are surplus to requirements, pretty much. We have a few more MMCs. All these are MMCs up to here. And if we go and take a look at the route maps, it won't be obvious at first what we've got, but we have got the additional of, I think it's the 33 route up to here, if I remember rightly. Yep, 33. I've retwigged a few timetables. 147 is waiting. I think I've got enough magic buses that can actually be put out. 202 is there as well. That is a service that doesn't run anymore, but it's a good little service. 341 I know I've just done. I don't have to look at that. That's there. And I think that's where we got up to. So a lot of it has been buying buses and refreshing. But if we go over to, like, Glossop area. So that's Hattersley, Glossop, Gamesley here. You'll see that we do have the extra services running in. Ashton Depot is a depot that does need a few tweaks and improvements, but as a whole it's getting there and it has a few more buses. If I go into here, you can see Hyde Road now only has 150 rather than 200 buses. Dorbank's got 20, which is nowhere near enough. Ashton's got 25. I think Ashton's maxed out. I think I actually need to get upgrade Ashton. Middleton is the same. I think that's nearly maxed, and Eccles is nearly maxed as well. So at the moment, anything that we really need to do, we need to do out of Hyde Road until we've got the money to expand the depots. If I go into Middleton, how many more buses can I have here? I'm not too sure, but I can tell you by doing, say, going to Hyde Road, saying that depot. So Ashton's full. Middleton can have 50 buses, so we've still got a bit of room in Middleton to have, and that works out well because we can do the 156 in Middleton to Shoehill to Middleton by the hospital. So what we can do is we can start the route in Middleton, do it like that, and then go from there. So first of all, we need to select Middleton. It saves me a lot of messing about in a little while time. There's Middleton depot, so here it is. Bus routes, new route. We'll open the 147 up in a moment as well, and that will aid that one as well. So this is the 156. We start off in Middleton bus station. Things are going to happen on that screen as I navigate that. So we go in, right, okay. Yeah, so as I navigate away from this screen and to this screen, things will happen. That screen is currently in the process of shitting itself, but that's because it's got a dodgy adapter on it. So down Victoria Avenue, I remember that bit. It turns off at the bend. Which bend? Yeah, which bend? It's the mini roundabout one here. It turns off down here. Goes round here. Obviously, again, this is further coverage. It goes down here. And comes out here, goes over to the hospital. Manchester General Hospital. I think I've got 2 bus stops in there. Yeah, that's fine. And then goes across here. I somewhat remember this route. Down here. Although when we was doing it, or when I was doing it, we were having to go up, down here, and then down this road here because this road was shut. And that's pretty much what I knew of that route back in the day when I did it. And then this is all the way to the T-junction. Oh, don't want to do that. This is the best T-junction in the world because if you've got a bus with a good enough power, you could get it to wheel spin up and out of there. Always good fun. I'm looking at the map and I thought, oh, I've gone the wrong way. No, I haven't. And it's down here. All the way into Shoehill. It's jumped about because the game is shitting itself. So this is no extra coverage down here because obviously we already have buses running down here quite frequently. So this is like nothing new in there. And then what we'll do is we'll have it select there. So it's got a charging point. And then yes to the return trip. Let it work out the return. this runs like every hour, doesn't it? Every half an hour. So, advanced, let's get rid of that. Right, never. Every half an hour. From, let's say, 8:33. I'm not doing the timetables, is that we're just having a rough estimate. And then we'll keep it. Well, that's from Shoedill actually. 7:12. Every half an hour until 17:28. And then we'll throw. There's a few extra ones in here, but we'll throw them in specially. The only one I really do like this. So that's Friday to Monday to Friday. It's not going out there. Middleton. I can't remember what vehicles Middleton has, so at the moment any vehicle will do. And then on a Sunday we'll have it go every hour from 8:12 to that 12, because it's only an hour and a half round trip. The route is a bit messed up because that Shoedill interchange needs to come out, so we're going to have to go back through the route. Have that on a Saturday as well. The new timetable, Monday to Friday, custom times, and modify the bus stops. I've missed the bus stop. There. At a time, 19:03, 20:03, 21:03, and 22:03. Again, Middleton. Any vehicle, not fussed which ones, confirm. That means it won't stop at any of them. It will start at the hospital, go to Shoedill, and come back. We'll have that on a Saturday as well, actually. Right. And then what time does that finish? 17:28. So after 17:28, at 18:08, needs to run every hour to 22:02 because of how it works on the times Friday to Saturday. Confirm that. I do need to edit the route, however, because in Shoedill, what we do is we come in, we go round, then we go back. We don't need to go back. First stop after that should be, yeah, up there. So we'll just double check to make sure that there is no... See, there's a bit of funny business going on here. So we come out. Don't stop there. And that's fine. And I imagine up here there's going to be Yeah, a bit of funny business. Because it's trying to call it... call it there. Right, so that's got rid of that. Yep, then it's realised that it doesn't have to stop there. Then we go up here. That's not a problem. Don't think that's a problem. Well, we can have a look actually. So if we go down to hospital, so we call, we call there, we call there, we call there, then we call there, and then there, and then yep. So that's fine. So then all this should be fine. We do have a link here. So what's that? Higher Blakely. So that one's not needed. It stops there, then it should actually stop there. And then we do a loop around the roundabout for some reason, which would indicate to me we're doing something weird. We were. There we go. And then that's just the way that's going to be, unfortunately. Right, let's have a look now. That should have actually reduced some of the travelling time. So it was like an hour, yeah, 95 minutes now. So that's perfect now. Has that timetable stayed with half the route? Yeah. Allow them to change. Activate it later. Because we need to get the extra vehicles for that. I believe, because I don't believe Middleton actually has extra vehicles available. Don't believe they're in the abilities of Middleton, but we can have a look. Go to shifts. Middleton, obviously we've got stuff. Not stuff missing. No, Middleton has. It has spares. I can't see why it wouldn't be able to cope with doing it. But it also has the 33, which is Manchester to Worsley. But I don't believe Middleton that they should be over in Eccles, but I messed up when I put them in. So the first day of that service is run out of Middleton, but it's not because I manually select them. I'm going to take them over to Middleton. So we should be able to actually go into here, go into the 156 and assign the depot Middleton and activate. There we go. Right, so 33. We're in the wrong depot. Eccles. Just right, just cancel. One, 2, 9. Which depot are we in here? Middleton. I'm going to press escape then. Why is the one... That's failed. Middleton needs some more drivers, I think. let's sort this out. Let's put some in here. 1910. That bus can do that. 1920. That bus can do that. Bus driver. 1920. The single deck can do that. Oh no, hang on, that's a 41. Just throw that 41 back in there. 1950. 33. Quite a bit of room here, so 1940 on there, 41 on there, that in there, $19.50 there, $19.50 there, an 8 o'clock there. Can shove an 8 o'clock in there, and 20 past 8 on there. $20 past on there. Shove that one on there as well. That'll be fine there. That'll be fine there. Didn't I have a 22? No, I didn't. Right, put more time between them. And then just shove that on there. There we go. That's all done. Well, why we've been messing about with that, we've now got £150,000. I think we need to also go and cause even more chaos and activate the 147s out of Hyde Road. Let me just double check I've done something with the timetable here. I have. Put it on a random minute, every 10 minutes at least 8 buses. Continue. Assign bus drivers this depot, assign this depot. This will freak out because it always says there's not enough buses, because there isn't. There is, but there isn't. I've locked this down now to say you must use the type of vehicle I am telling you to use when automatically selecting like this. And because I don't have enough of that type of vehicle, it goes, there's not enough vehicles. Well, there is. Just got to go to them, see? Shove that in there. And that one in there. I still have spare magics. No, I've not seen a 147. Seen 142s. Let me just double check which route I did select Hyde Road, didn't I? Oh, it's not activated yet. Activate. There we go. There we go. So that's the 147 as well. And I think, just for the completion, I know they never ran together, but the 141. So now if we go to shifts, am I missing any magics? No. Which is good. I'm only missing stupid crap. But anything starting after 1805 I have. There we go, there's 2 for that. Anything starting after 1610? No. You in there. You in there. No, you in there. Now, what you'll remember if you were from Manchester at the time is the 147 actually had its own fleet of vehicles with its own branding on them. Now, I don't know how to do that in this game. I know that, let's say, have we got a spare vehicle? Is that right? We go to paint with this, let's say. He's a bit close. He is a bit close. This stream's well behind. Well, we should go right. So I know that in here, if we say we went to there, apply, we can apply that. But we can't edit it. So I can do that, but then I can't do, like, I can import one, but I can't, like, make it current. All you could do was do create new painting, and then I believe you can do, like, place decals, which you can import. I can draw and delete, but that's it. So I need to learn how to make the bitmaps for them, and then from there we can look at actual creation of certain liveries, because like the 76s, they had their own liveried vehicles as well. Right, so we've got a good amount of money. Let's have a look. Was it Middleton I was put in? No, it was Eccles I think I was putting in ADLs. Yes. Oh, that's fine. I didn't have a bus that big. So I'm looking currently just at the Stagecoach Manchester B Network list. And all the routes that they operate. So if we have a look, obviously I know a lot of them theirs are done from what's it? So let's just go to Metroline. So do we have the 30? No. So we could do the 30. We could, technically we could just work our way down this list. Really, so the 30. Have a look, where does that go? So that goes round Manchester, Salford Quays to the Trafford Centre. We don't really cover any new ground in that, but we'll do it. This is one that we probably will have to hold and get some new vehicles. I don't even know where I am here in the map. I'm over here. New route. 30. So judging by this, looking at what I can see, okay, that's quite simple. So we're gonna start in Piccadilly as usual. We're gonna come out of Piccadilly, we're gonna go down in front as usual, go across at Bridgewater Street down here, and we're going to go up here. Again, this is where we will have to come back and redo things. I think we go up here. No, we don't. I'm talking crap, guys. I'm talking crap. And go up there, over the bridge, and down here. To here. And then from here we go here. Then into the Quays. Around the Quays. Up here. Then come down here. Again, the chances are when we do this, we're going to have to rejig it manually to make it do what we want it to do. Then you come across here, we're going to go down here. Up here. And then we actually go off on Village Circle this way. Go across like this. Oh, I'm lost. Go this way. Then, as normal, into the Trafford Centre. Do the return trip automatically and we'll revisit it as we need to. So we'll forget about doing the timetable for a minute because edit the route first. So, yeah, we go out as normal. Yep, that's completely normal. That's all fine because it's all single road. That's fine. That's fine. It's picked that up okay. That's fine. We're not doing any U's. That's fine. That's fine. All that's fine. That's fine. And look at the mess that this is. So after there, we're not going there. So after there, we actually want it to do there. Then after there, yeah, that's right up to there. Down, around. Yep, there's no funny business going on there. There doesn't appear to be funny business going on there. I am going to remove that one because there is a line there. And we'll just have it calling there as the next one. Then we're going to go down there. That all looks normal to me. That's all normal. Yep, so that's now off. That's all fine. There's no looping. There's no silly business in it. A lot of people. Advanced settings. How often does this supposedly run? Every half an hour. We're not going to mess about. What we're going to do is we're going to start it at 7:10. Run it every half an hour to 23:45. We're not messing about then. And then on a Sunday we'll make it from 7 till 10 every 60 minutes. Nice and easy. 4 buses we need. Now I think actually we can do that. So we will activate that route. We don't want magic buses. There we go. So yeah, so we do have enough buses. I mean, I could have looked and actually gone and found B network buses for that, but hey ho. Right. So that's another route done. See, I told you, we're making progress. 30's done, 38's done, 42's done, 42A, 42B. 42C isn't done. 42C is a cunt of a route. But we'll get it done. I know most of the 42C route. I used to do it. And tell you what, they couldn't have put you any further from the entrance of the shop than if they tried. Right, 42C. It's from around that stand. So 42C is the same as the 42s. We go exactly the same way all the way down Oxford Road. It's another Oxford Road service that makes Oxford Road even busier. So it's not difficult. We're just going all the way down all the way to East Didsbury, basically. So all this is already covered, so it's no extra coverage of anywhere. Zoom out a bit. Right, and then we stop on Kingsway, the outside. And then we go like a 42B still. And then it's Schools Hill. I think it's here. Yes, Schools Hill. That you go up. And if I've done that right, for this bend yet, it leads you to a roundabout. We're going down here. Across there. All the way. So this is all new territory that we're essentially connecting up and opening up. Go to here, we're turning down here. We go down here before we get to the roundabout. Going over all of this. And then around here, then you do all this. You stop in the shopping centre. Not like that. You don't go through the entrance of the. You have to go round all here. The actual bus stop, I think, is over here somewhere. Or no, yeah, the bus stop is. Yeah, so you'd go in there, bus stop there, then you'd go round and come round. But hey ho. Should a return trip be added? Yes, it should. And then we'll check it again as normal to make sure that we haven't got anything weird going on. Because obviously there is that possibility for weird stuff to be going on. Confirm, never mind, edit route first of all. So that all looks fine. This bit isn't fine, but sod it. That's okay. That all looks fine, that all looks fine. There's no loop in there, that looks fine. That all looks fine. That all looks fine. This isn't. Kingsway. Here. Delete that. Because that just goes down like that. There we go. And that's all fine because it's just Wimslow Road. That's all fine. No issues there. And then obviously when we get to town, that can go. That can go because you can't go up there. That can stay. And which one's that? No, that can't stay actually, that needs to go. Oxford Road Station. Oxford Road there. And then there. And then that's that sorted. Then obviously Portland Street there. And then in. Yes, that's fine. We can accept that. Again, we'll just deactivate later for now. Now that is because I need to have a look at the 42. Show timetable. You are half past the hour. 42A full. You are 10 past the hour. So this, I'm going 42B. 20 past the hour. I think the B, edit the timetable, needs to be put down to every half an hour, every hour. And then the 42C is ran at 6:20 every hour. In fact, it doesn't matter, does it? We'll have that running on a Sunday as well. Let's make things easy, shall we? No preferred vehicle group at the moment. That's fine. 3 vehicles, but obviously that is offset by the fact that we have a difference of vehicles. So then we should have some for today. That's if it did actually activate the route. Yes, it did. So that shouldn't matter too much for the vehicles, because obviously we've taken some 42Bs out and put 42Cs in its place. So, but that is another route done, another area of the map covered. So now we've got this bit covered up here. 42B is there, but now we have this bit covered over here. So the map is getting busier. And just give me 2 seconds and I'll be right back with yous. Right, I am back. Guess what I went for? Right. So, we've done the 42C. Let's go back out of that now. 43. We don't have the depot for that yet. But we could do it and move it depot. Although we have nearly got enough money for another depot. So we could just stick that in as a depot. Where is it? There's Withenshaw. Is that the motorway? Yeah, that's the motorway. It's there. So add depot. Stick it in there. Right, so it's a basic depot at the moment. We can make it better as we go along. We have no buses for it at the moment. So what we're going to do... Depot 6 is not its name. There we go. It's Sharston. Sharston. There we go. So we're going to obviously need some money to put some vehicles in it. But stuff like the 50 needs moving now over to here. So first of all, I think what we actually need to have a look at is the 50. Edit the timetable. Just let me answer this text message. Right, so that's that done. Right, so 50, 10 vehicles we need to purchase to put in there. Wow, okay. So 10 vehicles. What we're going to have at Sharston is... I need to come out of the map view. Yeah, I know how to. I know what I'm doing. Is we're not going to do EVs. We're going to do these ones. So 61,000. So we need £610,000 to get 10 vehicles. So yeah, unless we go basic vehicles, it's 55. It's still £550,000. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. There's no way really around that. We can have a look at some used vehicles, but as you can see, there's nothing really there. Even in broken, yeah, there's nothing there in broken that we can get for that. So at the moment that depot is just sat there. So I think all we can do is speed up time slightly. Because while I'm making routes, we're not actually able to carry on the time. So I think it's just as easy just to fast forward the time. My investment into vehicles will get back because the 10 that we take from Hyde Road, we can sell in Hyde Road to give us some money back. But obviously we still need to actually buy the vehicles first off. So we'll just buy one at a time, go from there. I do actually believe I've got 2 spare right buses at Hyde Road, but we'll leave them as spares for now. Let's just check the shift schedule. Sharston doesn't have anything, obviously. Oh, I needed to assign drivers for all depots, no problems. Right, so hang on, let's just slow the time. Well, we'll do double speed because we can. So Hyde Road, we are lacking vehicles, but we're not because it's just there isn't them spare. Shove that in there. That can be fine there. Do we have anything after 18? No, everything's early on in this. Yeah, everything's pretty early on. Do we have anything that's finished by 15:15? No. Right, we have 2 there, so stick 1 in there, 1 in there. That's not a problem. What we got here? Oh, you can't do that one, but you can do that one. This is the problem with having allocated vehicles. You know, I am pretty much down to manually putting stuff in now. You can go in there. But you see, I do have enough vehicles. It's just I don't have enough of a certain type of vehicle. So you in there, no, that'll be a problem, won't it? In fact, you can go in there. I do have the electrics if I need them, but I'm trying to avoid using them because they're not very big. They were a bit of a mistake. Well, they weren't a mistake, but you know. That one's already out. There's one. $2020. Yep, there we go. Got one left to find there. Sorted. Dorbanks all sorted. Ashton. Right. This is where this doesn't work at the moment in Ashton. This is why I'm saying it just doesn't work. So where is... Because it keeps putting Optare solos on the 219. Over there. Over there. Free up an Optare solo. 341 there. So Ashton's technically done, but you see 237, 219, 216, 341. Because of how the routes are and everything is all over the show, it's not assigning everything properly here. Right, we've got one vehicle not covered here, which is an early morning trip. finishing 16th. Oh, that's just out. 1635. There, that'll do. It can go in there. Eccles is the same. It's just a case of, I bet if I actually have a look, I can squeeze that into something somewhere. Possibly 1140. We might actually be short of vehicles at Eccles. It's not a problem because we can send. There we go. Because it doesn't have the minimum time between the two vehicles. That's why that's throwing up. Right, so we have actually got everything covered. So we can fast forward through. My ratings are going up. My service centre's doing well now. Enough free seats, it's just we don't have enough buses. But as we load more onto the system, they'll get better. And obviously we're doing, so the finance is currently from fares we're making £280,000, subsidies £140,000, £13,000 a day in fines, 8.5 grand in environment, so that's by using green buses, 5.5 in schools, making a grand total of £500,000 a day. And we do have some loans out. So obviously Ashton Depot needs some looking at to improve and sort out the allocation of vehicles, basically. Yes, doggy, how can I help you? How can I help? Are you hungry? 'Cause you've not been fed yet, have you? You hungry? Shall I feed you? Yeah, right, okay. I'll be back with you in 2 minutes once I've just fed the dog. In fact, I was going to take the screen off, but I'll leave the screen on so you can see. There you go. Oh, I've danced over. Right, come on then, let's go feed you. Go on then. Right. So, in essence, every day we should be able to get another bus or two. What I might do is Hyde Road. See, this one's spare, so let's send that over to Eccles as a spare. And obviously these are spare. And the question is, do I get rid of them? Or do I send them over to Eccles as spares? Now, the size they are, they're pretty bloody useless at 55 passengers. So I think we'll just sell them. We'll ask full price for them. And then that, because obviously if we can get a high price for them, then they will pretty much be sold. Good morning, boss. I've had a few tasks lately, unfortunately. Is there anything I could do? No. I received an offer. 34,000. Yeah, we'll have that. Yeah, 34,000, we'll have that. Schools is done. Carbon footprint, we're nearly 50%. There's another offer. 26, you robbing bastard. You robbing git. Either way, Sharston. Right, buy a bus. Double deckers. Street shites. Right, bus. 61,000 down, 122. We'll get the one in for now. We need to know what number we're starting at as well. So if I go over to Hyde Road, 12. But actually we're missing 7 and 8, so you can be, I can't remember the prefix, 30. You can be 30007. And just sit there. And then we should have enough to buy another one. I've lost them. There we go. And you're 30008. And the next one will be 12 because for reasons of unknownness we're bouncing all over the place. Yeah, you can have the next off. So we needed 10, we're already at 2. Three. There we go. So we are soldering through. One thing I do want to try eventually is obviously magics would be are shared between Chas and Hyde Road in reality. Now on the individual timetables you can select for a certain depots group. So I wonder if you can put one route in 2 timetables and have 2 depots running it. I should be able to get one more today. Unknown, who's calling? No. Not for sale. If you want one of the old pieces of shite, you can have them. But you ain't having a new one. So that's 4, so we need another 6. Technically, we've got another 2 at the other garage. So we have got 6, so we need 4. We'll just check the shift schedule. Hyde Road. Right, this single decker here. Right, let's bob over to Hyde Road. Is that single decker still in this bleeding yard? I don't think it is, you know. Unless it's up out of the way. There's one there. Sell it. Right, it must be out on the road. That single decker on its own. Has everything got something? Yeah, it's just some of the double deckers don't. I thought I had spare right buses here. I obviously don't then. I must have filled them. But that's spare, that can go. And that can go. Let's jump back to Sharston a minute. Buy buses, 2 of them. Right, so then that one is 30013. That one is 30014. 30015. There we go. So we have 6 here now. Make that 7. So it won't be Thursday, but Friday we should be able to transfer the 50 over here. In theory. I've not done the allocations. Slow it down a minute while I do the allocations. Fill that out on there. I'd rolled allocations. Got quite a bit on I'd roll to allocate. Right, okay. 10:45. To 17:40. I'll just chuck you in there for now. Looking at early finishes as well, like this one. This is only doing a school. Shove you out on there. You can do that. You're only doing a school, so you can do that afterwards. You're there all day. Anything? No. Latest start is 14:45. That doesn't start until 1905. Shouldn't be a magic bus to start off with, but hey ho. We can shove a magic bus out on that. For now. You've only got a school. You can do city services during the day though. You don't have anything. Don't know why that's darker than all the others. 1555. Yep, you can go out on that. Oh, there's a spare vehicle there. 1515. No. Again, I know I've got the small ones spare, but I'm trying to avoid using them. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Oh, there's a decker. Stick you out. Shift completed from previous day. That one there, right. Dorbanks done. Ashton. I bet a 341's being run by something completely inappropriate. There you go. That wouldn't complete because it wants an electric bus, but I don't have any electric buses. Hey? Why is Middleton doing a 201? We'll stick it on there. Let's just go check that 201 roster. Hyde Road, Hyde Road, Hyde Road, Hyde Road, Hyde Road, Hyde Road. Swear that said a 201. Swear it did. It's a bit small text over there though. Make sure all these are of the right depots. I'm sure it's a 201. Yeah. The 1205, 1401, 201 Monday to Friday. Why is that being run by Middleton? Hyde Road. Monday, so it's driving it on this timetable. Let me try that. Oh, that's now messed everything up. All the allocations I've just done have just been undone. I want pins and needles. Fuck's sake. So Hyde Road's doing a 50. Oh no, Hyde Road should be doing a 50 cross connect at the moment. Duh. Let me put all these back in. Again. Because I've messed with the timetable. I'm just going to hover over any that turn green. It's going on it. Who is it that's missing? You. 112 201 118. Do I need to select and make groups to say this timetable must be run by this group of vehicles, such as Hyde Road Enviro 400 MMCs? I wonder if there's any more like that. It's making me wonder. Yeah, Hyde Road runs 113s. But 113 is selected as a Middleton depot. But it seems that once the vehicles go out, they can switch and change depending on that checkbox of a sign, and they must just be part of the same group. So we need to rejig a few things in here, because that's why not all the vehicles are being used the way they're supposed to be being used. So if we go into Hyde Road, our main depot, right now, right buses, manage, new vehicle group, high HR, right bus, deckers. They use WDS. Right, Decker. Can't remember what the S stands for. Right. So then that vehicle is now going to belong to that group. This is going to screw so much up. I don't think changing the groups will change it today, no. So let's just head over to Sharston whilst we wait. SH WDS. So you're going to be part of that group. We're not having other depots running other people's routes. I should be able to do bus lists here. Fleet numbers. Right, then what I can actually do is I can look at the shifts for a WDS in here. When I find one. There it is. 76. And then go to here. That's not messed up today, has it? No. Then I think there is another route that uses them. There's one. Try the 50 or the X50. The X50 is no preferred group. The X50. The 50 is no preferred group. And the X50 is the same. Right, so that doesn't matter. What about... Oh God, I've got loads of bloody things. I think we're going to find out pretty much when we allocate the next day, aren't we? Oh, hang on. We've got 150,000. Bounce over to here. .30 17, 30 18. I need one more, don't I? I believe that's all I need. One more. Get some drivers in. Don't know why that keeps moving around the list. $19. Right. Bus routes. The 50. Edit timetable. Thrown up now because it had already calculated that other routes were on it, is having a bit of a fit. Ooh, what we're waiting for here? 143s. Right, so they should now come out, should operate out of that depot to do the 50s, right? So we go to shifts tomorrow. I don't have enough drivers yet. Try now. Still not enough bus drivers. Right. Sign this depot. Right. Why don't we have enough 50s? We need one more. Apparently. Don't know why, because it said we needed at least 10. We've got 10. But yet that's not enough. Tomorrow, Hyde Road. Right, we'll sign all drivers. Do one depot at a time. Right, so 206, 205. So let's just go into routes 205. Hyde Road WDS. And is the 206 the same? There we go. So now I should be able to go Hyde Road tomorrow, assign this depot. There we go. And that's got rid of all the WDSs. So we're just shy of Enviro 400 MMCs. Now we will have a lot, well, we should have a lot of spare vehicles because obviously we've got rid of some of the stuff here. So that's a school. Throw you out on that. What's the latest start? We've got 2110. You can do that. In fact, you do it because then we get a bonus. Let me try and not use the magics on stuff that isn't magic. You've got room for that. You've got room for that. 15. Not enough room on that one. But you've got room to operate that. You now have a driver. You have room to operate that. As do you. You have room. And you have room, leaving. So 19,319 we can sell. So let me assign drivers. Door bank. With one short as usual. So 10:05. we go. Ashton. No issues there. Middleton, there is an issue because we don't have enough buses. And I think... Oh no. Oh yeah, that doesn't work, does it? Surely we can make this work. Surely there's got to be a way around making this one work. Yeah, there is. There. Sorted. Eccles. No problems. Sharston's the one with one missing at the moment. Just because of timings, basically. Yeah, because that's an awkward timing. I think that's why we need the additional. Because everything's got 2 and it's just an awkward timing. But that's fine, we'll have the money for another one in a minute. Because it was what, 61? What number's that now? That's 20. There we go. So now shifts. Tomorrow. There we go. So now if we go to Hyde Road. God, Hyde Road is shrinking, isn't it? Obviously it'll expand again as we add more stuff in. And the chances are that once depot limits are reached, we might have to run a few things out of Hyde Road just to make it work. But let's have a look tomorrow. Because like technically we've got too many magics, because that magic could sit on there. You know, so the magics aren't pushed anywhere near to the limits yet. Right, 19319. Can we find it? There it is. Sell. That'll take it out of the list. Oh, there's one. 119. It's a white double decker. There it is. I'm missing one assignment somehow. A red double decker. That'll be that one. $176. It's in stagecoach colours. Don't have a fleet number. There it is. 114. Obviously this is going to have, as you can see, some impact maybe on tomorrow. See, some of these times are horrible. Right, they can run together, so 3-2-2 can go as well. Is that still in? Yeah. Now obviously we want spare vehicles, but we don't want too many. That is not suitable for 135. I bet I've got something that can go on the front of that. One 157. I think I've come across that one over here. Is it going to be Middleton? Is it? Which depot is it that's Middleton? Driver's off sick. There we go. Right, so you see this, it's all shrinking. If you remember when I started this depot was completely full, 200 odd buses. We're now down to like 110, something like that. 137. So we've well and truly shrunk. Like all these that I'm putting up here are essentially all for replacement. Right. Now the depot that's in major need of replacement is Ashton, because that needs some organisation. It's good old Ashton depot. However, we do have the maximum of 25 vehicles currently here. So what we need to do first of all is upgrade it. The maximum you can have is 110, which is well, 100. I was reading the amount it was, which that is a problem. But as you can see, Ashton is also full of yeah, some nice new buses, not in paintwork, some solos, which we need. But as a whole, a complete mixed bag of vehicles. Now, these are the electric ones, which is fine. The electric ones are fine. And I think that's what we'll go for. So we need to create a new group anyway. So WDE we'll call it. No. Right, electric. We'll call it WED. Right, so hang on. SH. No. AD. WES. Right. So then you need to go to there, into that group of vehicles. We also need to get you for paint. Oh yeah, we don't have a paint job for you, do we? No. There we go. You need to do the same. Going to that group. What? You're a normal MMC. Right, let's just take a butcher's at bus routes. Let's start off with the 219. Enter. Right, 3 vehicles. Confirm. Right, so hang on, right, 219. This list does my heading in, by the way. The way that if you go into this, it resets it back to where it was. Edit timetable, no preferred vehicle group. Ashton. There we go. Just double check that Ashton is the default depot. Yes. Right. So that will have an impact on tomorrow. That's not a problem. Right, we'll call these 31001, 31002, you need to be that as well, 31003. We got any others? Yeah. 31004. Move you over to that group. 31005. 31006. 31007. Lost my track of thought then. 31008. 31009. Right. And how often did we have the 219 running? Every 60 minutes. Let's knock that down to every half an hour. Get rid of that. Sunday every half an hour. That is every hour. Hang on. What do we need for every 10 minutes? 8. Right, we'll have it running every 15 minutes. Because how many WDSs did we have there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So technically there's enough to cover doing that every 15 minutes. Right. And then with the money we've got, let's grab another 2 of them. See, can we get a paint job for these? Right, bus EV. Street. There it is. No, that needs its own little vehicle. That needs its own vehicle. That's the one. We'll get there eventually. Right, so those 2 come in. So you're going to be 31010. You're going to be 31011. Right. And then we're going to go into routes. The 216 is out of Ashton. You're every 15 minutes you need at least 5 buses. So there should be enough there now. Tomorrow. Right, this is now where the problems become, because we've taken that allocation out, which is the right bus electric decker. For the other thing. Now, it's not really a problem. What we can do is just assign everything. Automatically do it for everything. Everywhere doesn't have enough shifts, enough buses. Angel, that reeks, but that is fine. Right. So we need to assign 34 shifts to make things work. We need to have a look at the 330 Ashton. So some of these we can make go away straight away. Do 330 Ashton Stockport, edit the timetable. AD all that over. Right, and then we should be able to do assign buses automatically, this depot. Don't think we got rid of too many, but we got rid of some. Right. So yeah, we don't have enough basically here, but that's fine. But if you have a look, it's taken out all the double deckers out of the sequence, so that then means we can easily fill this up. So throw that in there. That in there. What we'll do is we'll just drag along for now. Where it says we can fit a shift, we'll fit it. Nothing in there. That one works. That one works. Because we had enough buses before, and all we've done it, we've actually bought extra buses. So we should have enough to cover everything that's here. But we don't somehow. That might be the way that I've planned it down. So if we have a look at a little bit more careful planning here, let's have a look, see what we've got. I mean, that's not... See, that's as it's sitting around for ages. Technically... Alright, let's just have a butcher's here. We got something early morning. That doesn't help. That doesn't help. Right, we'll come back to Ashton. For tomorrow anyway, we'll probably have enough. Right, do the same with this. No space. Right, let's do each one at a time. That's the third one down. There we go, that one fits in there. That one fits in there. There we go. Ashton, we already know. Middleton. Nothing. We'll ignore the fact of low bridges and stuff at the moment. We'll just get what we can down. let's do... shove you over onto there. Do we have something early morning? $17.50. I don't have anything that finishes before that. Right, got 2 left. Shove that on there. 1 left. See, there must be a way that these go in. Must be. They must go in here somehow. Let me get rid of that and put that longer one in. So we now need anything past 1640. Yeah, there must be a way of getting these in here. Because we had enough buses before we started messing with it. It's only like the back half of a shift, that. Hang on, let's take that out, put that in. That then moves us now to 1955, which means that can do that. There you go. I told you there's a way in it. Told you there was a way of doing it. Right, these wanted deckers. We don't have any deckers. 1550 and 1520. Stick that one in there. Just have a check for spare vehicles first of all. Right, no spares. 1550. Do we have anything that finishes early on? Because this will spread them out if possible. You see, where we can sort of shrink them down a bit if need be. So do we have anything on a first half that finishes for that? That does, but that's got something good. That's got a big gap, so let's shove that one in there. So now we're 1655. There you go. Sharston's fine. So Hyde Road is the one with the 8 missing. Now, 8 missing is nothing because we've got spares. I say that, we're looking quite full, aren't we? Oh look, there you go. There we go, 2 missing. They're in Ashton. So there must be a way of making these fit. So let's analyse the situation, shall we? So we've got a 1540 and a 1605. Right, so let's start off with getting rid of that. Let's put the 1540 in there because that narrows that time down between those 2 shifts, right? So now we're looking at anything above 4 o'clock. That's got like big gaps. So technically that's a big gap, but by putting another one in, that's an even bigger gap. But I'm saying that, let's take that out. 1240. That needs to stay in there. That's 1710, so nothing that we've got fits there. Right, it's only 5 minutes earlier, but that, shove that in there. Right. Even if I get rid of that, that's not going to help. 1550, shove that in there instead. That's not going to help. Like I say, there must be a way. Right, that's a big gap. Let's do... Oh, it's not going to allow it. So, yeah, we're going to have to keep that in there. However, it will allow that. Which then means we've got 1620, 1650 and 1550. That 1550 is better off there. Ooh. Shove that in on the morning. 1605. Take that out. Put that in. There's one, 1240. Gets me in my 1550. Let's get rid of that Parsh day. Put that in it. Oh no, I can't, can I? Because that's, yeah. a mixture of horrible shifts, isn't it? But obviously they all went in. Although I have increased the frequency, haven't I, of the 219s. That might be it, you know. Do we have anything that can fit with that? What time is it? 14:50. No. See, that's quite a big gap. Let's go rid of that. Oh no, because it's 17. Right, I think we just need more buses there. So, we'll get some more buses in there. Don't think there's a way around that situation. Unfortunately. We'll tag in Monday for now. Sunday. Because Sunday it should technically be the easier day to do because there's less vehicles. Hydro, we've only got 3. And BYD's 400s that aren't on the road. If you wanted a BYD, you can have that. There we go. Sunday's done. That's not a problem because they're not allocated routes. Ashton's. Just have a look for the obvious things, which require the up-tier solos. There isn't any. Right, then for now, let's shove what we can in here. There you go. Middleton. Shove you in there. The timetable is a lot less, so it should be a lot easier to allocate out. There you go. Echoes isn't a problem. Charleston's not a problem. Right, Hyde Road isn't a problem. So like I said, the only problem is we don't have enough vehicles full stop for Ashton. But we've got an entire day to accumulate enough money to get that across. So we're nearly there now already. In order to get that, Ashton. But they're only 55. I was thinking there were more. There we go. Oh, that will be 30012. No, it's not. That's already taken. It's not. It's 31. There we go. So technically speaking, now tomorrow, Ashton, we should have a spare vehicle. There we go. And that's got what vehicle it wants. But we just need one more for this other route. And then that should then start putting us there. Let's have a look at the map while we sit and wait. It's like this is full. That's on a 172, so 172 needs looking at. But the 171 runs as well on the 172. Yeah, the 171 runs as well. I've not got the 171 in yet, so that will no doubt shrink some of that usage down. That is at 219 though, and as you can see it's quite full. We need another 55,000, don't we? And then that should be good then at that point. We'll get it ready. And your 310013. And then that gives us tomorrow enough vehicles. Angel, that stinks. This bleeding dog keeps farting in this room. Yeah, don't move too much. Want your ass checking? We do have a few vehicles to replace, obviously, in time. Jesus, dog. All depots. Got enough drivers. And the usual, we don't have enough vehicles, but we're only 11 missing this time. Need another 2 BYD 400s in this depot. 3 BYD 400s in this depot. Which we can sort out by new bus. Where are they? There they are. BYD EV 100s. You park there. Just slow it down a minute, right? So then Monday, let's find this spare BYD that we've just put in. Won't have allocated it automatically. There it is. Can I get 2 in 1 here? Yes, I can. It's that one and that one. There you go. And that one now needs a code. BYD 08. Spare magics. 255 can go. It's in stagecoach colours. It might be out on the road now. Yeah, it's out on the road at the moment. BYD09. Got a charger in there for it. Shifts. Monday. Find it. It's going to be spare. There it is. What's left, we can just make sure that any that say double deckers are set up correctly. Yeah, they are. So I'm not that. So don't know how you do. That should change all them, yeah, to hide roll. So the ones at the other depots will have to change their prefixes, but that's that for now. We do need a few more of them. $255 back in the depot, yes it is. Opens a shift up, but I'm sure we can fill that shift in. Oh, send it out in BYD. $245 is also spare on a Monday. Can we find it? 245. So I could probably up the Mancbuses a bit. Realistically speaking. Because I do have spares. Electricity bill will be going up because obviously I'm buying electric vehicles. 62,000 is what we need. Again, this is not till Monday. So there's not like a major rush for it. $10,442. Yeah, there's not like a major rush for them because it's not till Monday. We've got Saturday, which we're covered for, Sunday, which we're well and truly covered for. So it's Monday. We're missing two, and the only two we're missing are out of Hyde Road. And like, we've got one spare there. Oh, that's Sunday, sorry. Monday. That's good. I've removed vehicles. So now technically we should have a bus with nothing allocated to it in here. Yep, there it is. Oh no, it's a street shite. What a street shite can do. There it is. Right, where's that street shite gone? You can do that. Right, and then we can buy another new one. $10,443. Again, we should have another vehicle in here with nothing allocated to it. There it is. Which is that one. Just having a look through and seeing if there's anything I can allocate this to. There. 4 missing. You never have enough. Ashton's, because I don't have enough ADs. Middleton again, don't have enough 400s. There must be something that this fits in. There you go. And yeah, that's because that is listed as a double decker, not an MMC. So what we need to do is screw things up a little bit, go over to Middleton, go in here, because manage group, MD, Enviro 400 MMC, do that, right, and then in here, MD, go in the bus list here, and do it like this. We need to add fleet numbers in here. 10-4, well, we'll do 10-301. 10-302, 10-303, 10-304, 10-305, 10-306, 10-307, 10-308, 10-309, 10-310, 10, 3, 10. 10, 3, 11. 10, 3, 12. There's quite a few of them here, isn't there? 10, 3, 13. 'You're right, boss. 10, 3, 14. 10, 3, 15. And your street deck, street deck, street deck, street deck. And then you're that one. Right, so they've all been recategorized. So they've all been recategorized. So now, although it won't affect things unless I do automatically redo it, we need to have a look at the 118, 119, 114 on Sunday when it's quiet. When it's quieter. But we're slowly getting rid of all these weird vehicles now. Obviously, like I said, I'm keeping the magics. Gotta keep the magics. You know? But Monday now we're fully allocated out, aren't we? So if we do Tuesday, assign all depots. That gives us a clue what the hell we are missing. So because these are listed as double decks, that is still trying to do a 201. Still. And I don't get why. Because if we go into 201, it says it must do a HR Enviro 400 MMC. Default high road all the way across the board. So I don't get why it is trying to do that. Because at this rate, every single day we're going to have to put that in manually. Every single day. Because obviously at that depot there is not going to be a high road Enviro 400 MMC. I think the only way around it is to actually change the timetable. yeah, the only way I think around that is by changing the bloody timetable, right? But the 172 needs switching. So let's have a look in here. 172. Edit. There we go. I'll just stick MD on it for now. Because in shifts, if I do settings, you see, all tours within the shift must have the same preferred vehicle group. Well, they don't. That's the problem. Right, so these are now done this. So assign buses this depot. There we go. So we're now only short of 2. Which I'm pretty sure we can probably figure out. Oh yeah, that can't go in there because of the timing. Duh. There you go. That shift, I just don't get it. Because now technically I don't have enough vehicles because of how that's done that shift. I mean, I bet I can make it so I do have enough vehicles. I think it's the only one in all of these that randomly has a 201 on it. It can go on there. We will be changing. If I look at the 201, I don't think it's every 10 minutes as it is actually. Oh no, it is every 10 minutes. So yeah, that's fine. Ah, hang on. Hyde Road. Is that why? See if that makes a difference. Ten missing. Yeah, they're all 201s at Hyde Road. Right. So that little key bit of information makes a difference. But why was it only one trip? How strange. How strange. In there. And then you in there. Still missing 7. Why couldn't that? Why couldn't that have worked that out? Ashton, we're not sure because we've got 2 spares sat there. 3, 4 spares. 5. because that's in the wrong category to start off with. AD Enviro 400 mmc. Something's just happened, but I don't know what. Someone subscribed, but I can't read your name. You've got no chance in hell of me being able to read that name out. Right, let's shove that on there for now. Shove that on there. So technically we have got spare vehicles at Ashton. Right, what we'll do is some of them MMCs, we can bring them over to Hyde Road and replace them with electrics. Can't we? At the end of the day, they're spares. Aren't they? Magics are in crap repair as normal. Let me guess, you need wipers, yeah. I need to do some mass ordering of parts. Don't we? We've got a good selection of the EVs. I think they're all in use. Move stuff about so I can get comfy again. Now, on a Sunday, which is tomorrow, because no, it's Saturday, Hyde Road. Let's have a look at the EVs and how much they're used. They're not used all that much. So what we could do, go into the map and let's say the 201s on a Sunday. No. ADL EV Deckers. So that then leaves us with 3 that we can't cover. But we can cover because we can just do that. Oh, well, we're not running. We can't. Because I'm presuming these haven't charged up enough. Back to this anyway. Sundays. Oh, we're looking at Ashton. Hyde Road. Send that out on an EV. Send that out on an EV. Because the more I use the EVs, the more bonus I get for the environment. And as you can see, it's on its way up as we're using more and more. So, there is a consensus to use as many of them as possible. In order to get as much money as possible. And I need this to be 5-star. See, that's ridiculous. Some ridiculous passenger numbers going on. See, the 41 is just always full. 85 is because there is no 86 to go with it yet. Again, more than likely, once an 86 is there, there'll be enough room for it. Is that a 41? No, that's a 42B that's full. And 42C that's full. But is that just I need more buses on a Saturday down Winslow Road? See, I think this game lacks being able to see where passengers are actually wanting to go. How often do we run the 41 on a Saturday? Bear in mind it's a problem most of the bloody week. Every 45 minutes, every 75 minutes. What time are we on at the moment? We're on Saturday for a start. Every 60 minutes on a Saturday. Every 40 minutes. Every half an hour. That is going to mess things up. There it is again, a 205 this time. So we've changed from a 201 to a 205. Ah, magic buses. It's just they've got no drivers. But I bet I've got spare magics. Oh yeah, more than enough. That's not a magic, that's a normal service. There we go. Bet it's Middleton. Oh wait. Got Middleton there. Now, it does say no preferred vehicle group. There is a chance that Middleton is just actually short of vehicles. Yeah. It's not a problem. We can work on that one. Sharston that doesn't have enough. Back up to Middleton. No preferred. So we need a bus from Middleton. So let me grab one of them in. And then that will be enough for that. There it is. So 9 missing. This is another one. 201 again. I just don't get how it's assigning 201 unless the 112 and 118 have the same groups. Let's check that. Is it 118 and 112? Well, 118 has a basic timetable. 112 should I say. 118, I bet that also has a very basic timetable. Middleton. It's not that then. Hyde Road. What? 1 minute. And we'll be calling this. Oh, bloody hell, I've been going for 3 hours. Wow. Right. I'll be calling it quit shortly. Alright, I've heard you. What do you want? Show me. What are you after? Bloody dog, man. Right. I can't believe we've been going for 3 hours. So we will be closing this to an end soon, and we have actually made good progress. We've expanded slightly, and we've rejigged a lot of things to improve. Which is what we want. What route's that on? A 172. It's got a lot of full buses on a Saturday. 85, even in real life, it's crammed and fucked on a normal day. The 85 has also ran out of Middleton. No, it's not. Out of Sharston. So that's another route that we do need to look at being brought across. Does it need 2? See, 60 minutes is not enough. Nowhere near enough. Yeah, it's nowhere near enough. So, really, we need to go into Sharston and buy some buses. Now, at the moment, they're on them, which is 101 passengers. Now, we could cheat. I think we can cheat the system here slightly. No, we can't, not yet. have enough now. What code was he using for Sharston? SH. SHBYD. Two of them in. There we go. Two of them in. And let's just have a look at the '85s. Monday. I reckon I can shove the... No, because I use them for the 250s. But really they need to be ADLs. The other version, not this version. 85s. So that only does 85s and a 291. So one of them can be shoved over here. Two of them can be shoved there. So if I technically, if I shove two of them in this depot, I can up the timings because I've got two more buses. And it doesn't really matter because I've got enough spare vehicles at Hyde Road that even if I send, let's say, 3 of these over there, it won't matter. If I go into here, 85, Sharston, edit the timetable, every half an hour, yeah, we can do that. Sharston, SHBYDs, SHBYD, SHBYD. Confirm. Right. There we go. I think we're going for a save. So that should have upped the amount of vehicles get another one in. We go tomorrow, Sharston. More than enough. I've not got enough drivers, but I've got enough buses. Hyde Road is going to be where it's different. Because technically we don't have enough vehicles, although we do. That's because that's got a 219 on it. Don't think that's going to have enough charge. There we go. There we go. So at the moment, Hyde Road will still be on that until tomorrow. Then it will switch over to be Sharston. What we'll do is we'll get to Monday and then we'll call it quits at Monday. Make sure that doesn't go back on itself. No, it doesn't. It does there though. Never mind. I'll find the what is that in there? That's the 86, not the 85. We're having a number change. 86. And edit the route. There's an incomplete 86. We'll do the 85 in a minute. That leaves the same way as everything else. Down here, over there, down Wilbraham Road. Is that Wilbraham Road? That Wilbraham Road. And at the return. Edit route, let's check the route out. She's been fed. See again, when we get to town, we're gonna have to rejig things like that. Run that every half an hour. Just have it running all the way through. change Sundays. Yeah? Hello? Right, 1 minute, I'll be down shortly. I'll be down shortly. Yeah. But I've been going for like 3 hours, so... Right, so that's... those sorted out. And I think I should have enough buses on... I'm missing 3. Well, those can just go on normal service. That can be sorted out by going into the depot, purchasing 2 more. I've got just enough money. There we go. So then that then sorts out technically that day. And that day. Who else is missing? Hyde Road. So stick a magic bus out on it. Still 20 missing. Darbank's fully covered. Ashton's fully covered. Middleton. That leaves us down to 2. 1450 and 1520. Right, well, let's replace that with that one. Oh no, we can't. Never mind. Stick that on there. That gives me 1 there. Doesn't it? Hang on, that's 1555. Take that out. Put that in. Put that in there. Eccles is covered. Sharston's covered. So it's got to be driver shortages. Let's have a look. Yep. 9 missing now. I'm just selecting any driver that's in black that I see. They will do. There's one up here I keep passing, I think. Definitely need to get some more. 4 missing. They're all covered. They're all covered and they have spare vehicles. Middleton's all covered. Eccles is fully covered. Shaston isn't. Shaston now is fully covered. There we go. Hopefully that helps. Just check on tickets. Ooh, that's up, so that's prices slightly. Lower the price of that. Obviously Saturday we get no school bonus. 12 grand in electrics. That, if you ask me, is bloody good going. Oh, let's get through Sunday, which Sunday's a quiet day, isn't it? What service is that? 255s. Can have a look at upping the 255 slightly. Is it? When it gets to Stretford, it's pretty empty. I wonder if a Stretford turn-back service, although not very realistic, a Stretford turn-back service would be useful. I think we have far too many out at night. Far too many out at night. It's not too bad, realistically. So we're still Saturday mornings, we've still got night services out, and everything's sort of returned back. So yeah, that's not too bad. Obviously we've unlocked a bit more of the map. We're up to 38.3%. That might throw an issue for tomorrow. Today, oh God. Why is this become undone? Missing one assignment. think it said it was in this depot, but maybe not. So it'd be nice just to be able to click what assignment is missing. There it is. I made £4 before we even started the day. The school bonus is pretty equal across the board at the moment. Environmental reward is going up, which is good. Subsidy, however, well, that was Saturday, wasn't it? Friday, Thursday, it's a bit all over the place. Yeah, it's a bit all over the place, but pause. I must have a, yep, there we go. I have one available. I think what I need to do is, when I can, in Manchester, is like these stops here, put charging points on them. See how many else. We've got a busy bus going down there. It's 41, there's a surprise. Busy bus coming in here. 41. We really might have to up the 41 service. Enough free seats we need. I think that's it. Ticket prices, we can manipulate that. Because I bet that's a 41. Yeah. I've done that to try and make it run a bit smoother, but I don't think it will. Oh, I need to finish the 192 route off, don't I? Or did I do it? I must have done it. Oh, no, that's 199. At this rate, we can go all the way into Buxton. We've got lots of full vehicles over here. Quite a few, but it is Sunday. I've lowered the service numbers. It's sort of like, it's expected sort of thing. Yeah, it is sort of like expected. I say Sunday was taking a lot longer to get out the hole. Last Sunday we made 237,000, £5,000 in environmental. Now that should be higher, because this time round we are sending out a lot more electrics. $199 will get quieter when we extend the 192 up here. I think we can do, there's a route from Glossop over to Hazel Grove, we could, to Stepping Hill we can do. But we need to unlock the map a little bit further this way to get like Duval's depot. Although that's not part of the B network, we can do it. Why not? There's one driver off at Hyde Road. I think it was. I mean, Hyde Road has a lot of spare vehicles. $120, $130. So we're on target. We're getting ready to smash last week's environmental in fact, we've just gone through it, so that's used, that's good. Yeah. Now, while we've got the money, I hate this, you've got to go to this depot. Research. There is an achievement for completing all research. So let's blast out some of that. Uses up most of the money, but and technically slow things down a minute. Tomorrow, which is Monday, Hyde Road. Start off. See, this scrolling system is crap. One. Let's get rid of that. And get rid of that one. Stick that one in there. And that one on there. 18001 and 18002. I've got a feeling they're out on the road today. That one's there. But yeah, it looks like they're out on the road, but as soon as they come back in, they're on the market. I think that's the easiest way of doing that. Because feeling they've been assigned. There's one. The other one doesn't look to have a space assigned to it. So the other one could park wherever it wants. What else do we have spare? 102 in Blackpool. Is that in the depot already? No, that looks like that's out on the road too. It's out on the road and all that. I'm gonna keep the magics that are spare anyway, because they're handy. Time these due back in. Not dead late. Not too late. Bloody flies. No problem when it's hot, isn't it? Oh, 178 in these. In these can go. Because they're never used for ornament. They're too small. And we've earned more money this Sunday, which is good. Speed on. There's one of them. New bus. And the next one's due in at like 2200. What I might do is just get rid of this one, because we can always send a magic out in its place. What I might do with the money I've got is pay off some of these levels. So it's just a case of waiting for Monday to come round now, and then we'll call it quits for the day. Oh, spare parts. No lights? No. Bring them in. So then we can repair some of our vehicles, because some of them are in dreadful conditions. And there's the other one. I think. If it isn't, it is now. Say this. Doesn't bother me one bit. There's one. There's two covered. There's an achievement for 5-star rating. We can do it. Whether it's on this map, I don't know, but you know, 56,000. Perfect. That gives us enough money again to pay off yet another loan. There we go. Technically, we should be spending on new buses, but you know, we get rid of the loans. We get rid of the loan, it's another £5 in our pocket a day. So last Sunday we made 372,953. That's 609 this time round. I think some of that is obviously investments here. Enough that does me. And then while we sit, we should have enough now. Wipers. Brake pads. I shouldn't have to do this now. Really shouldn't. Apparently I do. Replacement parts. Another load. Not enough of them. More batteries. Tomorrow. Nearly out already. Oh come on, this is ridiculous. I can't do any more now, I'm out. That is ridiculous. I mean, this achievement here should go up quite quick. Well, the game shut itself for a minute then. 26, 27. Couldn't. Now do even more repairs. That's all it can do now. So when this disappears, it will go into something else. But we're getting there, 38.3%. Some more bush routes in areas we don't have. We'll do it. We'll roll over the day and then we'll call it quits. I'll pause it and we'll call it quits for today, and we'll do like another week next time. And there we go. So we made 435, so we doubled pretty much what we made the day last time. We made pretty much what we made on a Saturday. Double, more environmental reward, so we've done really well there, really well. Investments, we sold £140,000 worth of buses, well £165,000 worth of buses. We sent someone on a training course apparently. Penalties and replacement parts. Tickets, they're down 18%, so we'll lower them down. There we go. And we'll call it quits. So thank you so much for everyone who's joined and everyone who watches this in the future. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.